Hello everyone. Today we are going to work on this super glittery altered paper clip of a snowflake. Hello everyone. My name is Lolly and I run a group on Facebook called Paperclip Art Group. We have a theme every month, and this month it's snowflakes. So what I decided to do was to use an SVG file of a snowflake, and you can use a die instead of an SVG if you don't have let me put some cardstock here so you can see the snowflake. If you don't have a way to cut SVG files like a Cameo or a Cricut or a Brother Scannon cut, you would want to use a die. Now you do want to pick out a snowflake that has a relatively solid middle like this, and you're going to need 4 images, and it really depends on you and what size you want to do this. Now I made mine a little large for this paper clip, which is a 2-inch paper clip, but I'm still really happy with results. You can make a smaller image, or you can use a bigger paper clip like a 3-inch paper clip. And we are using paper clip blanks, which are in my shop, to put on the back there and to glue some gems around here. We have gems, and obviously we're using glitter. So one of these is going to be the base, and then the other ones are going to get folded and put on top. You're going to need a bone folder and figure out which way you want this folded in half. Now I am going to use this and bring it up there, and I'm only going to pinch it right in the middle, because right here, this is a tricky one for me. I need to kind of fold that around the bone folder to get that folded right in the center. The thinner the bone folder in this case, the better. I might want to switch and then give that a good burnish, and it's really good burnish. Now when I say a good burnish, I'm talking about a flat surface onto your flat surface. I don't use those curvy ones that are all round, because when you swipe, you're not getting a complete flat to flat burnishing on there. We need flat surface on a flat surface to really get that burnished well. Okay, now I'm going to do the same for this one. We only need 3 of these to be done. So obviously the thicker these, let's call them branches on the snowflake, the thicker they are, the easier this is to work with. And just a heads up, you're not going to get this perfectly aligned. Okay, now we need some clamps. These are the pink clamps from Dollar Tree. Okay, and I am going to glue 2 of these side by side. I'm using the Barely Art Glue, and I'm making sure that I am going to really take extra care with these little tiny arms or branches right there. Glue those together. I'm looking at the bottom here really to make sure that those are connected. Now when we open this up and glue it onto our base right there, we are going to find that it's not a perfect fit, because it's just, by the nature of the beast, this just takes up extra room, and that's okay. The glitter will help hide some of that. Okay, now let's glue the next one on here. Let's make sure it does open up. Okay, and next one. Glue that on there. And give these all a good pinch. You're going to also need your microfine glitter and any gems that you want. You will notice that I only glued gems on the base piece here. I didn't glue any on the insides here, here, or here. That is up to you, and I will give you a tip as to how you can glue those on there. Okay, now we've got that. Let's make sure again that they all open up, and they do. Now we're going to take this piece and glue it onto our base. And like I said, this isn't going to fit really well because of the fact that we've made it wider by adding all those pieces. I'm saving the crease in the middle for last. Now I'm getting right in that crease and doing this. I'm going to put this up here so you can see the work here. And I'm trying to really focus on lining up these little pieces that were kind of difficult to work with. And then what I'm going to do is take this clamp and get under the bottom of all those little pieces right there. And see, I really didn't line that up perfectly at all. And like I said, your glitter is going to help hide some of the fact that you've got this not lined up right. But on the other hand, it's also great that snowflakes are all irregular anyway. Nothing you could do is trim off any excesses that are causing you problems. Like this one is just really way out of whack here. There we go. Okay, now that we have that all secure, I want to go ahead and glue my paper clip on first because it is going to help me do the glittering process. So for this, I use Beacon Power Tack. You need to use a permanent glue, and by permanent, I mean not hot glue gun, not double-sided tape. First, we take the blank, we shove the single loop in there until it clicks. Little bit of, now if you want to use a 3-inch clip instead of a 2-inch clip, and we don't have paper clip blanks for those, so I'm going to do mine with the long crease right under there like that. And if you want to use a 3-inch clip, we don't have any way of covering the back. What you could do is cut another snowflake or just the center of the snowflake and glue that on the back, or you can use your craft foam or felt. Now I'm going to let this sit there for about 20 minutes before I fiddle with it. Oh, I got distracted and then the holidays hit. Next thing is to get that glitter on, and I have my own little glitter tray here. This is a baking pan I got from a thrift store, and I just have this old Rubbermaid container that I keep my glitter in. It's really handy. I am just going to use Dina Wakley's gel medium. Let's remove that, and let's put, this is full of glitter. I'm going to use this side because it doesn't have glitter on it. And what I'm going to do is just coat, actually I'm going to need to put more on there, and I know I do. I don't know why I closed my lid. I'm coating all the surfaces, and then in here. You could use Mod Podge, you can use any of your white glues, but you need to act a little bit quickly if it's a quick drying glue. You don't want it drying. That's why I'm using a gel medium. You will tend to get little blobs on the back, so you want to come in there and just correct those. The other ones don't really matter that much. Okay, and then we're just going to come in here and scoop the glitter all in there. For those of you who are concerned about the impact on the environment with glitter, they do make biodegradable glitters. All right, and then we need to let this set up because the gel medium has to do its thing. And then we will come back and we will glue those gems on there. And as usual, what you use for adhesives matters. So we will look at adhesives because we are gluing on over glitter. Now, what I do is I keep a dedicated brush, a very, very soft brush. This is by Royal & Langeneckel, R9900. And I like to use that to just brush off the loose glitter on a project. So we need to do this step once it's dry, because that will enable our gems to stick better. And again, I don't use that brush for anything but glitter. You'll notice we already have glitter on here, so that becomes an issue with gluing your rhinestones to it. So one of the things you can do, obviously, is to glue the rhinestones directly to the cardstock and then glitter around it. It is totally up to you. I've never had any problem with this particular method because I'm using really good glue and because I have brushed off the excess of the glitter on there. So what I'm going to do is use these I'm just going to spread a bunch around because only some of them end up going right side up. And it's handy to have the double-sided jewel picker. So I'm using gem tack. You can use any permanent glue like gem tack or Fabri-Tac on this. Now what you'll see with this one is I did the 3 large parts right here. And if it ever stops sticking, you just want to rinse it off. You don't need to use any cleansers or detergents on it. I have used many different gem tools, and I keep thinking this has been my favorite by far. If you go to put your gem on and it wants to stick more to your tool than to your surface, then you just roll it off like this. Put it on and then roll the tool and it will come off of there. Let's see, and one more. And you'll want to let that set up. Now, what I want to say is if you, I don't know what you think about putting gems on the inside as well. If you would like to do that, here's what you can do, because obviously the gems can slide down while they're drying. So let's go ahead and do this one and show you. I think I have too much adhesive going on here. Let's do this one as an example. Let's use the smaller end, and we're going to use smaller gems for this one. And let's say you want that to dry flat. And I have my little tub of rice. Now I have a couple of them. I like this because I have a lid for it. But I want this to lie flat, and obviously it can't. So make sure that these ones here are completely dry. Just nestle it down in there, and you get a flat surface. Just make sure that you're not letting any rice grains touch your permanent adhesive. Give those a good 15-20 minutes, then you can flip it over and do these ones here. So let's let that sit, and we will look at the result at the end. Okay, which one do you like better? This one has the gems also on the inside of the snowflake. So make sure you look at those links down below, because I'm going to give you a link to my entire altered paperclip playlist and also a link to our Facebook group, Paperclip Art, in which we have this monthly challenge. Hope you enjoy that and get many questions as to what can you use these for. Remember, it's a paperclip. It does everything a paperclip does. So we can stack your papers together. It can mark your page in a book or a planner, and it can bring joy to others. Thank you so much for watching, and hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up on this video, please. Thank you.